When you think of India, what pops into your mind? Maybe it's Mumbai's tall skyscrapers, or Bengaluru's buzzing tech parks, or even Delhi's famous old monuments, a country that's racing ahead, aiming for a multi-trillion-dollar future. But that's just one side of the story. Step outside the cities, and you'll find Bharat, green fields, close-knit village communities, and a way of life that's deeply connected to the land. For a long time, people thought of rural India as an afterthought. Not much money, hard to reach, maybe not worth the trouble. But that's changing, and it's changing fast. Today, Bharat is a big part of India's growth story, thanks to rising incomes, better roads, and more people getting online. The dreams of a young farmer in Punjab aren't all that different from a techie working in Hyderabad. Both want a better life, good products, and to feel connected to the world. The real difference? It's in how and why they choose to buy. What works in the city doesn't always work here. Bharat has its own way of thinking and its own values. Success isn't just about selling stuff. It's about working together with rural India. Companies that get this don't just find customers, they find partners to help build India's future. The real story of India's growth is actually happening far away from the city lights. If we really want to connect with rural India, let's start by clearing up a few big myths. First myth: people think everyone in rural India is poor. But actually, there's plenty of wealth out there, especially with big landowners. They just spend their money differently, that's all. Next up, myth 2. Rural India is all the same, just one big market. The truth: it's a colorful mix of cultures, languages, and what people need. A fishing village in Kerala is nothing like a wheat farming village in Uttar Pradesh. If you treat all of Bharat the same, you're setting yourself up to fail. Myth 3. People think folks in rural areas don't get technology. But these days, cheap smartphones and affordable data have made rural India super tech savvy. Farmers check crop prices on their phones, young people stream videos, and families chat on WhatsApp every day. Rural India isn't just waiting for someone to help. It's a lively, changing market all on its own. If you want to succeed, you have to understand what's real on the ground, not just bring in city ideas. The goal isn't to fix Bharat, but to learn from it and create things that actually fit people's lives. These days, empathy and real understanding are what really matter. So how do you really crack Bharat? You can't just use the old playbook. You need what I call the 4 A's: availability, affordability, acceptability, and awareness. First up, availability. Let's be honest, if your product isn't in the village shop, it might as well not exist. Getting stuff out there means dealing with bumpy roads and tiny shops scattered all over the place. Next, affordability. Rural incomes go up and down with the seasons, so you've got to price things for tight, unpredictable budgets. Small packs and flexible prices. That's how you win trust. Third, acceptability. Whatever you're selling has to fit into rural life. What works in a city can totally flop in a village, right? And finally, awareness. People here trust local voices way more than flashy TV ads. Brands have to use community channels, folk media, local influencers to actually build credibility. The 4 A's aren't just some theory. They're the real foundation for making a lasting impact. Ignore them and honestly, you'll be invisible in Bharat. Let's see how the 4 A's actually work in real life. Some brands have truly figured out how to connect with rural India. Take availability, for example. Hindustan Unilever's Project Shakti is a great story. It gave local women the chance to become distributors, so even remote villages could get trusted products, and trust grew. Now, let's talk about affordability. Remember those tiny sachets? They let millions try out branded products for just a rupee or two. Suddenly, quality was for everyone. Mahindra made tractors that were tough and easy to fix, and LG's Sampurna TV was designed for villages with power cuts and first-time users. That's real acceptability, products that fit real lives. And for awareness, brands got creative, using puppet shows, street plays, and even local leaders to spread the word. That works way better than just celebrity ads. These brands didn't just show up to sell something. They listened, changed and adapted, and became part of everyday village life. Here's the real lesson. If you want to succeed in Bharat, you have to solve real problems, not just push products. When you start at the grassroots, you build trust and loyalty. The rural market really rewards brands that respect what makes it special. Real impact comes from being there, staying relevant, and earning trust. You know, Bharat's not some quick win. It's really about building a long-term partnership. Trust me, the next big wave of growth? It's coming from villages, not those packed cities. If you want to win here, you gotta move from just taking to actually engaging. That means listening, learning, and working together side by side. Folks in rural areas? They're sharp and know the value of every rupee. They can spot a fake brand from a mile away. What really works is empathy, spending real time on the ground and showing genuine respect. When you co-create with local entrepreneurs and the community, that's when you spark real innovation and share the rewards. Want to know the real secret? It's all about being authentic. Brands have to become part of Bharat's story, not just try to sell to it. The future, it belongs to those who grow with rural India, building a country that's more inclusive and full of opportunity. Bharat isn't just another market, it's India's best partner for progress.